Hi guys, Joshua Mitchum here from StartupBlink. 5 minutes until we start. If you're interested in pitching today, please send a Q&A with your name, project and website, and we'll wait for some more people to show up. Hi guys, so welcome to this week's pitching event. So to let you know a little bit more about this, normally our CEO Ellie is here, but today I'm taking over. I'm Joshua, the Content and Marketing Manager here at StartupBlink. This pitching event, the idea is that we are going to, that you're able to help improve your pitch by getting feedback on it. It's a unique opportunity to get feedback, and please do give feedback to the other entrepreneurs via chat. It's really, really useful, and this is, I suppose, a safe space in which you guys can really improve your pitches and understand what other people are looking at for a good pitch. We're going to have a 4-minute limit on each pitch. And also, before you do your pitch, please state who you're actually going to be pitching, or who in theory you'll be pitching to. So if you're looking for investment currently, or a client, if it's a sales pitch to get a client, please let us know beforehand so we can understand the context of the pitch. The recording will be sent to you, and if there's more than one pitch this week, we'll do a poll of the winner, and the winner will be featured in our newsletter. And yeah, so to start, okay guys, so to start today, we're going to have Rasel from Platform Builder. He is a platform builder for Core.Code.Solutions. So Rasel, I'm going to allow you to talk. I believe you're doing a audio only pitch. Would you like to share your screen?
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, Rasel.
Hiya. It's going to be just an audio only, so there isn't anything to share on the screen, if that's okay.
Okay.
Sure.
No worries at all. Yeah, that's great. So, before you start, could you let us know a little bit more about who this pitch would be to? Are you looking for investment currently, or would this be a pitch to a client, for example?
I would say this is pitched to clients, to potential clients. So I haven't really thought about investment, but perhaps that will be another time, maybe next week.
Yeah, no worries then. Okay, so from this point, you've got 4 minutes starting from now. Go ahead.
Sure. Okay. From CoreCode.Solutions, we have developed what we call the platform builder. It's really based on my previous experience of building platforms for very large companies, including Vodafone and Yahoo. And in building those platforms to deliver web services to millions of users, I've tracked some of the traits of the particular services. So I've put those ideas together and built what I call as a platform builder. Now, a lot of people would be familiar with website builders like Wix or the likes of Wix, Twitch or Squarespace, which allows you to build web pages quite nicely. And if it comes to simple web pages, they would be better than what I can offer you. When it comes to, say, if you're building brochureware or some things that can be implemented with simple plugins, then I would say try one of those platforms. They've been there for longer, and they have all those things that you would need in order to build that. My platform builder comes in when you want to make something a little bit more complicated. So if you have a couple of examples will be if you run an agency and you have different kinds of clients. So if it's a estate agent, you might have sellers and you might have buyers, and then within that you might have other service providers. So you've got 3 kinds of people wanting to plug into your platform, and then you want a way of sorting them out, and you want a way of representing information from one group to another. When it becomes that complicated, Wix or simple simple website builders will no longer be able to do that job. And at this point is when most people will be seeking for developers. With my platform builder, as soon as you have a logical frame of mind and you're able to outline the data inputs that you're going to need, and if you can just map it out, that's all you need in order to start. And you can have fairly complex ideas of, where different kinds of data has been accumulated. You can work out the logic from within the platform builder to see how the data is going to be sorted, and then you can organize the presentation to each of the groups that you're rendering to. So in that fashion, it allows you to create a fairly complex platforms, hence what the platform builder. So another way to explain it would be to say, if you want to build something like Tinder, you would probably can't do it using Wix, but my platform builder would give you all the tools you need in order to build that. Now you could do all of this with configuration changes and with just configuration, so without the need for a developer to come in. It does have room for developers to come in. So if you want to do a fancy layout or something a little bit special in the way you present data, or something unique in the way that the API can be used for other third-party services to use your platform, all of that is available. So it's not, it has room for developers to come in and do their bit. But as an owner, you can do quite a lot, and you can create a complex platform just on your own. That's about it.
Okay, thank you for that, Rasel. Thank you for that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up a poll to the people who are currently here and heard that, just to ask if Rasel's pitch was clear. So I'm going to launch the poll now. So while we're waiting for the results of that to come back, Rasel, how long have you been working on the project?
Okay, so it's been roughly 6 months that I've been creating this project. The last company I've been working for, I've been creating a platform for them for the last 8 years. So we closed that company down, and then basically with the redundancy period, I thought I'll use this time to put these ideas together. So it is, as I said, based on all my years of experience of building platforms, bringing it all together.
Yeah. So that's it. That's good. It sounds like you're very well qualified in that area. Maybe that's something that you could also include in any pitch that you do.
Sure. Yeah. It's always being a bit of the reserved kind. It's hard for me to talk about myself a lot, but I prefer to talk about the product.
No, I get that. Yeah, I'm the same. A little timid deep down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's it's one of the things you have to do.
Absolutely. Thanks for that.
Something like this. So, all right. So with the poll, we've come back. So 8 out of 10 people attended have voted. Sorry, 9 out of 10. And 2 have said it was clear. 6 have said so-so, and 1 has said it wasn't clear. So I'd encourage the person who said it isn't clear, and the people who said that it wasn't clear, how it could be improved, or how Rasel could make it clearer as well. And again, Rasel, feel free to on the chat, ask people questions, specific questions, to get that feedback for yourself as well.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. No worries. Okay. So next we have Stefan Kurok from Help and Trade. So Stefan.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Stefan.
Hi. I'm ready to share my screen and everything else as well.
Yeah, just 1 second. Stefan, let me just allow you to. Apologies, Stefan. Yeah, to share your screen. Going to allow you to do that. There you go. You should be able to share your screen now.
Not sure where and how. I have only the 4 options: mute myself, chat, raise a hand, or questions and answer, but no. Here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect.
I'm getting used to this.
Great. Shall I start my video as well? Does anyone want to start, please?
Yeah, so if you feel, yeah, of course.
All right. Hi. Hello, everyone.
There you go.
Greetings from Basel in Switzerland. And
Nice.
I am presenting this pitch to potential investors.
Okay, cool. So with that in mind, when you've given feedback, guys, think about it with the context of that. And from this point, Stefan, you've got 4 minutes. So the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. All right. I hope you can all see my screen because host disabled. Huh. Can you actually see my screen, guys?
Actually, 1 minute. No, actually, we can't. Can see your face, but not your screen.
Yeah, host disabled participating.
Maybe press share screen on the bottom.
Yeah, and I get the message: host disabled participating screen sharing.
Oh God, sorry.
I'm glad it's not me for once. So that's all right.
Apologies. One moment.
Sure.
You should. I believe you should be able to do it from there. Is there no share screen at the bottom in green?
There is a button, but when I click on it, it says host disabled participant screen sharing. Maybe you need to make me to a co-host or something.
Okay. Okay.
There we go.
Should be able to do it now.
Yes, sir. Here we are. And I hope everyone can see my screen now.
Yeah, I can see it.
Perfect. All right.
There you go. From this
Thank you for this opportunity.
4 minutes. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Stefan, and I'm the founder of Help and Trade, which is a mobile matchmaking application which serves as a marketplace to solve your everyday challenges and much more. Now, what are the challenges? When we speak about service providing, we have the 2 sides on the marketplace, the consumers and the service providers, which are usually the businesses. Now, the greatest challenges of the consumers are finding the best provider for the current need, which changes constantly, in the shortest time and for the best price. Businesses, on the other hand, are trying and striving to find the new customers for the least amount of money. As actually it shows up, it's about 20 to 40% of the time is spent on getting new customers. And all this while delivering expected quality. Now, this by itself are already challenges and pain points for the consumers as well as businesses, but there is one catch, which is the environment and sustainability are never in question when we talk about service providing. When we talk about goods, yes, service providing, not so much. And here is where Help and Trade comes in. Help and Trade is a marketplace application which strengthens local economy and encourages sustainability. Now, how do we do that? All the challenges which I mentioned for consumers and businesses, we can combine them together via a dynamic marketplace, which enables consumers to find the solution to their need, as well as to the businesses, we provide a solution of getting the new customers extremely fast, uncomplicated, without spending a cent on advertisement, marketing, etc. But we can do much more. And what do we do with that is the preferential matchmaking, which we are building on our Help and Trade platform, enables us to support also alternative businesses. But most importantly, we are focusing on locality and proximity between the users. And what does that serve is it supports the local economy. That means you get your painter, which is around the corner, or you get your new customers without actually having to leave the same city where you live. And that has a side effect also for the environment, because we actually are not wasting any resources unnecessarily. And this is all being given to the consumers as well as businesses kind of under the line, because their focus still is on getting as many consumers, as many business providers on consumer side, or as many customers on the business side. And so we actually catch two flies with one solution, which is great. Now, it shows up that actually this kind of platform, this kind of solution is quite a competitive landscape. The usual channels how consumers and businesses meet varies. The most prominent one is, of course, Google and social media. But it turns out that the most preferred channel is actually dedicated platforms, such as Help and Trade is. Yet there is, of course, the problem that dedicated platforms are not perfect, are not great, and do not follow up with, for example, goals of sustainability or local economy, or even circularity. And this is where Help and Trade comes in. We can do things better for everyone. Now, how do we target our audience? We are defining a couple of criteria in order to find the proper consumers and to find the proper businesses. On the consumer side, we are looking for the people that actually have the greatest need for it. People that do it temporarily, like, for example, people who actually were affected by COVID-19 and needed to get still their services done while they were busy doing anything else. And also strangers within communities. Something as expats within cities have always a great need to get the connection to services easily, but yet they struggle to do so. And of course, it also enables us to find the consumers in the right spots if they are actually community work. On the business side, on the other hand, the greatest benefit is still there, meaning local marketplace penetration to succeed is extremely important for them. Saying if you start a business, you first need to get your customers. And it helps a lot to get the first customers locally. Time of establishment is also essential for us. Is it that you establish your company just now, or you're about to establish a company, or are you actually a long established business? Makes a whole lot of difference. And then, of course, the important factor, little to no digital presence, where we can step in and say, you don't need to have any more skills. We can take care of everything. Our business model is based around 4 revenue streams. The first one will be implemented within the next 6 months and is a subscription for businesses only. For the consumers, everything stays for free up until the next 2 years. As planned, we'll implement commission on money transactions, which will enable us to get money on money transactions or purchases, which will be done online. Second, we have the private marketplaces for businesses, say a corporate company, smaller, medium, large size, can use Help and Trade as their own blackboard solution, where users can say, I need someone who paints my room, and they can exchange it with their own colleague for, let's say, additional skills that they can learn. And this can be done and implemented easily for the corporations just as well as for smaller businesses. And the next revenue stream is local e-commerce shops, where we enable the businesses and service providers to open e-commerce shops locally so that they can compete with the big guys, because you don't even get to search for them. You just look at a map and find immediately the solution that you need to, which we actually hope is a great solution for people that have little money to spend on getting new customers. We are currently in August 2020. Actually, we are short before August 2020, and we plan to actually launch our application, the first real application where it actually works. It's kind of like a pilot. And of course, we started, actually, our road started in October 2019 with the meetup and podcast that we started. And by now, we accumulated already 230 meetup members. And we have more than 2,000 listens of our podcast, which is focusing on entrepreneurship and how to start things for yourself. We plan to enable the e-commerce and commission on transaction deployment in 2022. And of course, the full entrepreneurial platform will be ready in 2023, which is our great vision behind Help and Trade. The early traction that I mentioned already, once more mentioned here, we started in October, and already we accumulated a couple of hundred people that are actively participating in our meetups, as well as certain traction on social media. Our team is 5 members strong as of now. Of course, most of the focus goes on to development right now, but we already have a support in sales as well as operations. And we hope to gain the next support with the investment. And this is what we are aiming for, 256,000 francs for the first year in order to finish our proof of concept. But we also have accumulated milestones which also are attached to this goal, which is, for example, converting our voluntary coworkers or team members to full-time employees, changing the corporate structure, accomplishing 4,000 trades within 12 months is going to be one of the greatest goals, and selling, for example, 160 subscriptions while finishing the fully functioning matchmaking engine. And that's it from me. If you have any questions, I'm ready to answer them anytime on any social media. Reach out to me and stay in touch. Any other materials I can, of course, provide.
That's great. Now you've done that, could you make me host again? I've made a mistake and can't actually set the poll.
Of course. How do I do that? I have to make a host. There you go.
There we go. I'm back. Okay. So guys, I'm going to put a poll again of was it clear? And you guys can let us know your thoughts. So yeah, Stefan, so you've been working on this for what I think, and I noticed on the time frame, maybe about 6 months. Is that right?
Actually, I left my job in April 2019 in order to pursue my vision.
Right. Okay. And it was initially, so you kind of initially started as a meetup podcast, but now was it always the vision?
Actually, the initial idea was to create just an exchange platform where you can swap bananas for oranges, where you can get help from your neighbor for painting your room. And all of a sudden, I mean, throughout the time, it developed to let's make it all automated. Let's make it extremely fast for everyone so that everybody can solve the challenges locally. And so that we actually help the environment just as well as local economy. And the meetup and a podcast came around as an initiation to, hey, let's spread the word, but also let's get help. Let's connect with people who are like-minded. And that's why the meetup and podcast were established. And the great vision behind the whole thing is actually to create an entrepreneurial platform which will enable you to transition from hobby to a full entrepreneurship, so that you actually have a platform where you can start. Let's say you like to build things and you actually have a normal corporate job. Well, Help and Trade could actually enable you to get first feedback to your product or your service that you provide. Either you exchange it for some other people's skills or their goods, or straightforward get paid for it. But in the future, we will actually make it clear for you whether it makes sense for you to make the step and transition towards entrepreneurship.
Makes sense. It might even be useful for some people watching this right now. So. Okay, so in the poll, we the 13 people watching, 9 people have voted, and 8 of them have said that it was clear. So it seems, yeah, so that's not bad. And then only one other person said so. So yeah, and I do believe it was very clear as well. So great job. Please again, guys, do give feedback via the chat. Stefan, you're very welcome to ask, on the chat, ask questions if you want feedback about anything in particular. So yeah, so it's just I've only had 2 people Q&A in regards to wanting to pitch today. Is anyone else looking to pitch? Please Q&A. Let me know via.
In the meantime, shall I stop sharing my screen?
Yeah. You can go ahead and stop sharing. Okay, so one thing you do see is Rasel mentioned that it wasn't clear on what the investment would be worth. For example, for investors, do you have any things that you would elaborate in terms of, like it says here, in terms of percentage?
Yes, in terms of percentage of the equity exchange, for the 256,000, the plan is to give up to 15% of the equity. It is the seed funding round, and therefore the equity is higher than usually actually would be for the sum of money. Or, you know, it's also hard to establish the value of the company unless we actually have subscribers and actually have a turnaround. But, you know, it all comes around.
Yeah. Okay. And that is cool, thanks. Okay, so interesting question here from Johannes. What about competition? So he says that it sounds like an idea which has already been invented a few times. So, you know, what is going to be the differentiator?
Exactly. Well, there's a couple of things. What we are noticing on platforms which are dedicated to specific services is either they are in an extreme niche, really small niche, say carpet cleaning would be a platform by itself. Which makes it very difficult actually to dig out of that specific niche, because the costs actually do not cover the expense that you have for it. Essentially, the customer acquisition is way too expensive, and you have the difficulty to spread out the word that you can actually do something with the platform. And unless you really need carpet cleaning, it doesn't so happen that you search for it, as an example. So going for extreme niche is one problem. And then another problem is going extremely wide. And we need to actually find the balance between that. And that is going to make the difference between us and the competitors. If we speak about search engines, then Google, of course, is the greatest one, all right? And everybody, that's the first thing that you do when it's about services. You go on Google and start searching. The trouble, however, is that the first 1 or 2 pages actually are just advertisement, and that is being done by the big guys. And that doesn't necessarily actually bring you closer to your solution. What you need is something now, here, which is around the corner, and actually can be provided within half an hour, maybe. And you don't really need Google to give you that. What you need for that is just a map where you can either explore it yourself, or you actually just type exactly what you need and it displays you immediately. And that is not being done so often so far. And especially if we talk about the automated matchmaking, that I didn't see anywhere yet, where essentially you just need to spend about a minute on the application and you solve your stuff, whether it's a business or it's a consumer. And that I so far did not see. And there I see the greatest potential where we make the competitive edge over the other platforms.
Very good answer. Nicely detailed.
I don't know if it's a very good answer. The thing with the environment is it is something that is our value. And this is why we focus on it. But it's not the value for the consumer or the businesses. And this is why we say, you know, we bring it under the line of your necessity. We just take care of it by default, and you don't really have to think about it. But it's an additional value if you use our application. So it's just like by the way, you know, we make things even better.
Yeah. I've just launched a poll so I don't think anyone else will be pitching today, but between Rasel and Stefan, which pitch you guys preferred. The winning pitch will be featured on our newsletter next week. One question I've had Q&A is, can I see Stefan's PowerPoint? Stefan's pitch via Rom Shibi. So I don't know if you maybe Rom, you could put your details into the message, into the chat, and maybe you can both get in touch.
Of course, I can write you just our email address into the chat, and that's easy peasy.
Okay, guys, just give it 30 seconds on the poll. Ron has put his email, so I can send it to you. Maybe Ron doesn't want it to be public. Okay, guys. So polling to finish in 10 seconds. Okay, so of the people who voted, they've mentioned they've voted that Stefan was the clearest best pitch today. But Rasel, on that note, of course, it'd be great. I'd love to see a pitch deck of your idea as well. And it'd be great if you could take inspiration from Stefan's in some way, that pitch deck. And yeah, it'd be great to see you come back. It's one thing we want to do is see people come back, refine the pitch, come back and do it again. It's really great to see our entrepreneurs and our community develop like that. So yeah, it'd be great. One thing I'll ask you guys to do is please do check out the StartupBlink website today, and also sign up for next week's pitch. As mentioned, love to see you come back, Rasel and Stefan, with improved pitches. And yeah, I'll leave the chat up for another 5 minutes. So if you guys want to discuss and give more feedback to Stefan and Rasel, feel welcome to do it. And I'll also put the link to the signing up for pitching next week into the chat as well. So yeah, thank you again, guys, and thank you, Stefan and Rasel, for pitching, and wishing you all the best. And we will see you all soon. Okay.
Thank you much. And also thank you everyone for your trust. That if you like the pitch, I really appreciate it. And any questions, I'm always there. So.
Cool. Okay, guys. All the best. Like I said, I'll leave it up for 5 minutes to chat, and see you next week.